Man, I think the heat is killing me. I think we're close to 40 degrees, which is the highest in the last decade. And that's why we thought it's a good idea to make a video about how to navigate this heat stroke with your motorcycle, especially if you're doing a lot of riding. This summer is one of the hottest summers we have ever experienced in the recent years. And here are some things you need to keep in mind before hitting the road. The first and the most important thing is to prep your bike for the summers. If you have a liquid-cooled motorcycle, make sure you flush out the old coolant and add a new coolant. We recommend the Enginized because it performs very well in high temperatures. If you have an air-cooled motorcycle like the Xpulse 200, make sure your periodic service is done well on time. Another important aspect is the tires. Tires tend to overheat in summers and you might lose out on grip and traction. And also the life of tire will reduce because it chips out more rubber because of the heat. The second point is riding gears. Riding gears not only offer safety, but they also should be comfortable in the summer rides. The first thing is the helmet. The helmet you wear should be well ventilated, the padding should be very comfortable, not worn out. And also, we recommend you to have a dark tinted visor, mainly because it will avoid the sunlight hitting your face during these long rides. Up next is a jacket. Ensure your jacket is breathable and also good ventilated, mainly because the airflow should go inside and you do not have to worry about sweating a lot. But if you have a jacket already and they're not all season or all terrain, here's a hack for you. Always refrain from wearing cotton t-shirts inside your riding jacket because that will increase the temperature of your body, and that's a bad thing, especially hitting on the highways. What we recommend is you always wear a base layer inside so that this is a very breathable material, and even if you sweat a lot, this is going to absorb it and you're not going to feel that heat that often. So this is a small hack that you can actually consider if you're having a regular jacket and not an all-season jacket. And finally, the riding boots. There are a lot of riding boots like the adventure boots, the track boots. Track boots, you cannot do anything because they're meant to be safe, and when you're going fast, safety is a priority. But if you're doing a lot of touring, we recommend the adventure boots because they are much more breathable and comfortable. And also, they're not snug fit like the track boots so that you can move your feet freely. All motorcycles heat up, and that's obvious because they have an engine. But there are some categories of motorcycles or segments of motorcycle which heat up more than the regular motorcycles. Motorcycles which have a V-twin engine or a V4 engine like Ducati Aprilia, they will heat up much more than the regular motorcycles, mainly because the rear cylinder bank is actually located behind the front cylinder bank, which does not have much airflow coming inside. So talking about Ducatis and talking about Aprilias, we also have tires based on whichever motorcycle, whether you have an inline 4, a V4 or a V-twin. We have tires catering to all types of motorcycles out there. So whenever you're doing a lot of highway rides, make sure you take a lot of breaks, preferably under a tree or in a shady place. If you're doing regular track days, make sure you take sufficient breaks. Always drink a lot of water in middle of sessions because this will keep you focused and also you'll enjoy the ride more than actually struggling with the heat. With this scorching heat, it's always recommended to stay hydrated. If you're not hydrated, it'll actually have an impact on your concentration and your focus while riding on the highways, which can be very dangerous. Another important point is if you're hydrated, you will actually enjoy the ride because your body will stay cool and also you'll enjoy munching miles without any hassle. Another important thing to keep in mind is try to avoid highways. The main reason for that is the tarmac will be heated up a lot and the heat waves coming from the tarmac is going to tire you out, and also it's going to affect your tire life, mainly because the heat is so much that the tires will end up overheating. So try avoiding this, and also if you have a worn-out tire already or if you're planning to do a lot of rides on the highways, then try to contact this number because they have so many tire options for your motorcycle despite the segment, despite the cc and despite the type of riding you do. So hit this number up and send your request for tires.